Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales, and I'm on my channel right now because I need urgent help. I'm being put through extreme abuse in my home, and that is because the people that are still involved in the abuse that I'm being put through here in Campbelltown, New South Wales, are very desperate right now. I mean, these people are showing their desperation in many ways. The groups that are still left putting me through abuse include Transport New South Wales workers, the Campbelltown Police, my corrupt family members, the neighbours that are around me that are involved in this abuse, which is most of them, the landlords at George Community Housing, and then there's these groups of abusive men. All of these people are working together. They're all viewing into my home illegally on the cameras, the illegal cameras that St George Community Housing has in my home. They're also all watching my heartbeat on a monitor as they inflict abuse. You can probably hear the chainsaw in the background or whatever it is. It's some kind of power tool. And that's what these people, that's where they're at right now. They're just doing anything. So we've got people around the area just grabbing power tools and putting them on and doing something. It's all to create unnecessary noise, which of course doesn't only affect, people, that affects people and children and their nervous systems. It also affects the wildlife of the area because the noise abuse that's gone on here in Campbelltown over the past 21 months has been just extreme. These people are going to extremes. The woman downstairs, she's been involved in this for over 5 years, and she is just you can tell this woman's frantic. She's just doing anything she can to disturb my peace. It's like she's moving from one room to the next, just knocking on the walls, and I don't know, she's just, since 6 a.m. this morning, she's been trying just to disturb my peace as much as she possibly can. Then we've got the two neighbours that live next door to me, one right next door and one on the first floor downstairs, and he's breathing cigarette smoke into my home continuously on and off all morning, tampering with the air, and so has the woman who lives in the unit next door. Early this morning she was. They are sending through the foul odours from their house as well when they do this, cigarette smoke, chemicals, and I don't know if these people if they have a disease or anything like that, so I'm at risk of disease here, and whoever that is using the power tool, they've actually they may have moved closer. I'm not sure, but it's louder than what it was a second ago, and that's because that person's viewing my devices illegally. There's also been men stalking my home in loud vehicles all morning, trucks, cars, and what else has happened today? Well, that's about it really, but it's the fact that these people are just working together and they're so desperate right now that the abuse I'm being put through is very, very intense. And I'm having extreme anxiety, I've got so many people that are trying to take my life right now, and the reason that they're doing that is because they've been involved in organised crime. And the organised crime is that they've been trying to abuse me to death as a group. Over the past 21 months here, the majority of the community's been involved, but my family members and these neighbours, some of these neighbours, and there's a lot of other people who've been involved in this for many years, decades. And because, the truth's coming out about them, they're all working together to try and shut me up. So yeah, they're just working to try and cause me a heart attack, a stroke, something like that, because they're watching my heartbeat on a monitor. So it's attempted murder. These ones that are putting me through intense abuse right now, and what they're doing, it is attempted murder. They think because they're doing this as a group that it's not, but it absolutely is. And that's because they're watching my heartbeat, They're also viewing into my home illegally, watching my devices, tracking my vehicle, and they're watching my heart to see how much I'm panicking, and that's because they know I have severe PTSD. So they're deliberately trying to trigger these panic attacks over and over again to cause a sudden health episode, or they're just deliberately provoking me to cause me a mental health breakdown, or they're trying to just make me give up on life, which is never ever going to happen. So that's what they're trying to do. And there was also New South Wales, Transport New South Wales workers involved in this today and yesterday. They were involved in stalking me when I went out. So were the Campbelltown police. When I went out yesterday, they were stalking me, and they're not stalking me around my home anymore, but they wait until I go out. And they do it when I go out so that it doesn't look like they're stalking me in my home. So it's just me against all these people. My corrupt family members are involved in this. They have taken bribes from the justice system to be a part of this, and they've also stolen an inheritance from me. So I have absolutely no one to turn to. You can probably hear by my voice that my sinuses are extremely blocked right now, and that's because of this woman downstairs. This woman downstairs, these neighbours that connect to my unit, these people, they may as well all be in my home with me. They are intruding on my personal space and life in ways that when people find out what these people have done, they are going to be absolutely shocked at what these people have been allowed to get away with for so long. This woman downstairs, she's poisoning my air too. She's poisoned my air every day for months and months and months with dust fibres that fall down from the roof, and it's bits of insulation, and it's causing me health issues with my sinuses. I'm being forced to breathe this in my home, and I can't just leave my home, and there's no one to turn to for help because corrupt members of the justice system make sure everyone's involved in this. Anyone I turn to for help, because they watch my devices, and if I think of someone I can reach out to for help, they will go to them and they will either bribe them or tell them lies so that they don't help me. And yes, this woman's affecting my health because she's affecting my sinuses, and she's also, it's also physical abuse that these people are putting me through, not just psychological, because of the way they are affecting my heartbeat. I mean, that is violent assault. Affecting someone's heart and making it race into a panic attack is violent assault. They're also attacking the air I'm trying to breathe. So it's physical abuse. This woman downstairs, I've never seen anything like it in my life. This woman is obsessed with trying to take my life. She never stops. Even through the night while I'm sleeping, she's sending this dust raining from the roof all over me as I sleep to deliberately try and cause me a breathing problem. I just cannot believe how obsessed these people are that are joined to my unit with stalking me and harassing me. They're tampering with my air. They're intruding on my heartbeat and the air I'm trying to breathe. And the people that are doing this, they're mentally disturbed. They're power-crazed people who just enjoy having power over another person and watching them suffer. They're sadists. And they just do this all day, every day. They do it for their entertainment and they do nothing else. This creep that lives diagonally to me has not left his home in 21 months. If he has, it's only been for a minute. I haven't seen him leave his house in 21 months since he's been able to view into my home illegally. Same with this woman. She leaves the house very seldom, and she stalks me on these cameras. She stalks me around my movements in my home. She hunts me. She does. She hunts me. She watches everything I do. She's a creep. Absolute. They're both creeps. They're predators. And they're hunting me around my movements and the things I'm doing in my home. If they see my heart rate goes up from one abusing me, the other one will start abusing me. So they're doing all that. This is what I mean by they may as well be in my home. It's disgusting. These people make me sick. And that's what they're trying to do, is make me sick. They also know I'm an empath. And when you're an empath, you pick up on these vile energies that, you know, when people like that carry these vile energies that they're just like a disgusting person, an empath will pick up on that. And it drains you. It does. It drains your nervous system and your health. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. My sinuses are suffering. I'm suffering these anxiety attacks. I have a pain condition and I'm being forced to have to clean my house several times a week because of the dust this woman sends through. She also does it to deliberately humiliate me. And then these people are tracking my vehicle. They're watching my personal devices. Like, he just seen me I was writing some words on my computer, and it was about him breathing smoke into my home. So as I'm writing those words, he breathes smoke into my home. This is how much they stalk me. I could be sitting here trying to type up on the computer the last video that I did, and these people will sit there and watch every word. They hang off every word I say too, like in my home, so that they can, you know, if they hear me say that I've caught someone putting me through abuse, they'll do it more. Or they'll create some kind of psychological abuse around the words I use. They're body shaming me. These people are resorting to body shaming. I get body shamed every time I go out in my home, put through degrading abuse and humiliation. My human rights have been taken away from me by the corrupt members of the justice system. There's also corrupt members of the health system involved in this. The landlords, St George Community Housing, it's all abuse of power. The only people that are still involved in this are people that can abuse their power. And that's how they're getting away with this. And this is why I need urgent help. Because these people are relentless, cruel people. They are the most cruelest people that are left putting me through abuse. But at least everyone can see them. At least everybody can see who the cruel, depraved individuals are in this community. And that's why these men carry out these noise and pollution attacks of a morning also, is to put me through humiliating abuse. Because this device, this implant that's been implanted in my body that tells these people my vital signs, it tells them when I wake up. So the second I wake up, they start carrying out noise and pollution attacks. And that's just to put me through humiliation, as if like the whole town knows that I've just woken up because of that. And yeah, Transport New South Wales workers were involved in that this morning. So this is what they're doing. They also do it to deliberately create noise and pollution, to deliberately destroy the environment and put CFCs out into the atmosphere, because I care about the environment. I've seen these people throw rubbish around deliberately. They put the wrong things in the wrong bins deliberately. These people are just so depraved. They really are. It's hard to process just how depraved and disgusting these people are, because I've never seen anything like it. I think that's because, you know, the way this has happened, it's happening in a way where these are the last people of the groups that are putting me through abuse. So it's showing these people for who they are and just how low they are, so that society can get rid of them. So, you know, these people, they have no respect for human life, no respect for women's rights. You know, a lot of these people are men that are misogynists, who don't believe that a woman should have a voice or you know, be independent or anything like that, which include my family members. That's the main reason why this is happening to me. Those family members. They, like all the men in my family, are abusive. That's why I walked away from my family. And they are misogynists. They believe that women shouldn't have a voice, no rights, anything. And they're intimidated because I actually speak up for myself. And yeah, it's all men like that are still involved in this. And there's a few women that help them because, I don't know, they don't value themselves. They'll just, do anything because they depend on those men or something like that. I'm not sure. I mean, I used to be like that myself. I did. And that's when my life wasn't too good. And ever since I got away from people like that, that's when my life got better. But this is why they're doing this to me, because I've got away from them. It started out with those abusive men in my family, and it's grown to this, where it sounds like there's a war going on in Campbelltown most of the time because of these abusive men. And they're all abusing their power, and there's no law here. There's no police because the police are involved in the organised crime. So there's no one to turn to for help. And so please, if there's anyone out there that can help me stop this abuse, please help me, because I'm in a lot of danger. These people around me, they are so desperate, and they're just running amok. They are. They're tampering with my air. These neighbours are tampering with the oxygen I'm trying to breathe. I mean, the intrusion on my life here is just it's so much. And yeah, my rights have been taken away, my human rights. This landlord has put cameras in my home, my right to privacy, my right to live a life, a life free of abuse has been taken away. And I'm just being put through this humiliation and degrading treatment because I speak up for myself, and because of the corrupt people that work in the justice system and the health system that are a part of this. They're trying to deliberately cause me a health episode so that they can get me to the Campbelltown hospital and put me through more abuse, or, maybe even they want to cause something even worse than that so that they can just cover it all up. But it's not happening. That's why I created this channel. So please, if there's anyone out there that can help me create more public awareness, please help me, because there's no one to turn to for help in this town. The people that I have turned to for help, that are in the public eye, they didn't help me. I don't know why. I've seen them help people going through far lesser situations than this. But I need urgent help to create public awareness, because that's the only thing that's going to stop them. And if there's anyone out there that can help me just get justice here, please reach out to me on the email that will be attached to this video, because I need urgent help. It's absolutely urgent. I've been saying this for months and months and months, and no one's helping. And the leaders of this town, they sit back and they watch this happen every day. They do nothing about it. So, it's like me up against a whole, all this hierarchy that's corrupt. Like, if I speak up about the environment, sometimes the abuse calms down, and that's because those leaders know that I've said that. They're like, oh, we can't have that, on our reputation, that the environment's being destroyed. Well, the environment has been affected. It's been affected in a massive way. Massive environmental crimes have gone on here in Campbelltown for the past 21 months. But if these leaders, they hear about me being abused in my home and put through degrading treatment and humiliation and abuse that can be classified as crimes against humanity, they do nothing. So why is that? Please, if anyone can help me, please help me. And thank you if you've listened to this video.